Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. In the studio. Just wanted to do a live stream. I call this video, you like my purple? Just a quick purple. It's like a Sephora, came in one of the palettes. And this is Marc Jacobs. I can't remember what it's called, but it's the glittery purple. Purple's like a dark-skinned girl's pink. Hi, guys. I just came on here because I wanted to do a quick video and just letting you know, like, you have to level up alone. You can't expect to level up with a million people around you. You can't expect to level up with certain people and certain energy around you. And I always knew that, but I always feel like it's my responsibility to try to like help people. But like my Barb the Builder days are over. Like I'm not helping anybody do anything unless it benefits me. And that's just what it is. The reason why I say we have to level up alone, because when you tell people your plans, if they are not in a place where they're leveling up themselves or actually doing anything to help themselves, they get mad at you for wanting to have more ambition for yourself. And it's not your fault. It's not your fault that they're in the position they're in. And it's not their fault that you're in the position you're in. So let me level up in peace. That's all I ask. Leveling up in peace means a lot for me. I mean, like there's just so much going on in my life. For example, I have a lot of ambition, but I also have a goal to buy a condo. And I think about all the things I've done over the last couple of years, trying to grow things and grow a business with people and do things with people, that it just really doesn't benefit anybody but them. And it doesn't benefit me either. I guess as a business person, I always want to be doing things that helps me grow, but really it's not beneficial to me to take on other people's energy when I'm trying to level up in my own life. Like there are so many things I want for myself that have to be accomplished in 2020 that should have been accomplished in 2019. And so I have to step back and say, you know what? Beauty, you have to step back and say, listen, you can level up, but not with these people around you. And you just have to kick people to the curb. And sometimes it's just, you know what? I'm really bad at icing people out. I'm really bad at not picking up a phone call, but I got really good at it over the last couple of years. So if I don't pick your phone call up, it's because I'm leveling up and I don't have time for you. I'm at the point now where I've been seeing this Dusty, and literally he started off as a friend, but he gets more and more dusty as the day goes by. And really, I don't have time to help him grow his company, and I don't want to. I mean, I'd see my life with him is just going to be a bunch of struggle. Like, this is a guy that if I ask him to do something for me as small as 50 cents, he wants to now come back an hour later and say, hey, you got 50 cents? Like, you're not slick. This is a man who, if I ask him to help pay rent, he wants to be, like, I asked him to help me pay rent. He wants to live here now. No, I don't want you living here every day. Either you have enough to help or you don't. So I think when we listen to certain women like Shira, and we listen to women like Michaela, to be honest with you, yeah, you can't afford to date, honey, and you can't afford me. I'm living out of my recording studio. This person was supposed to help me move forward, and I had offered to help him grow his business, but you know how I see it? It's like, you get the benefit of me helping you grow your business. Figure that out on your own. I gave you the name of your business. That's good enough. Because what we do, I think a lot of the time as women, is we get into a place where we feel like we have to prove ourselves in order for a man to do something for us. And no, those days are over. I'm not doing anything. I'm a woman. You want me to have your baby? You want me to stretch out my body and ruin my good looks and everything just to do what? Like, the way I feel now is there is nothing that a man, look, my, got my cleavage out. There is nothing that I am willing to sacrifice for any man to do anything for me. I'm looking for a man where I don't have to sacrifice a mother thing, not one thing. I don't want to have to do anything. Like, literally, I ran into one of my homeboys last night. We're thinking about putting together a New Year's Eve party. Like, my homeboy hasn't seen me in years, and he thinks I'm out here with 4 and 5 rich men. And to be honest with you, he would normally be right. I think over the last year, My biggest thing, the issue I've had most was that I kind of let myself slip back into an old pattern of trying to grow with a man, and I chose the wrong man to grow with. And every day for the past 3 weeks that I've been trying to level up, I decided to level up around Thanksgiving time, a little bit before Thanksgiving time. And over these past 3 weeks, just listening to all of these wonderful, like online YouTube level up coaches, I'm realizing that I literally have been getting too complacent in a routine because he has been helping a little bit. He's been paying half, but half is not enough. So I've snapped out of that. Half is not enough. Either you're paying the whole rent or you can't stay here. And even if you're paying rent, I'm not going to be cooking for you every night. Like, this guy's crazy. He's mad at me because he pays half, but I make him still buy food. You have to. He's mad at me because he pays half. Like, really, his problem is he'd rather have more money in his pocket so he could be a drunk. And like, this is the reason why we can't have blue collar men in our life, because they're really not looking for the same thing that we're looking for. This man has a poor mentality. He has a poverty stricken mentality. I mean, he even looks like he's a friend of mine. And I hate to talk down on him, but he looks like un skeleton andante. Like, he looks like a walking skeleton, and because he has bad, like, he doesn't treat himself right. So basically, your standards are so low for yourself. How could I expect them to be higher for me? So now I know, like, his standards are too low, and I have to let him completely go and not speak to him. Like, get out of here. Like, his standards are so low. He's wearing one of my North Face jackets right now because he can't afford to buy himself a winter jacket. But trust me, he gets paid. He gets paid on Friday, and I'll be getting my jacket back from that Dusty. I'm done with Dusty men. I am. Like, guys, hold on. Making myself some french fries, guys. Hold on. Guys, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm making some french fries really quickly. Fresh ones. I like to eat fresh. That's another thing. I need good ingredients. And yeah, good ingredients are expensive. You need to eat good ingredients fresh. That's expensive. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. Got a hole in my sock. Sorry. Sharp toenail. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, like, the reason why leveling up is so important to me is, like, I literally am living a life that I should not be living. I'm a woman that makes great money. And really, I was on a good track until my fiance passed away. And then I tried my best to build something in the community. And what I realized about the community is it will suck you dry. It will suck you dry. You sit here trying to do things for people and trying to make things happen for people that are ungrateful because they've never had success in their lives. So I'm done giving out handouts, and I'm done fucking with Dusties. And to be honest with you, I'm too grown for that now. I made a decision that I could have any man I want. I'm gorgeous, very confident, very feminine. Last night I was in my friend's salon, my other friend who's an entrepreneur. I was in her salon, and several gentlemen were remarking at how classy and beautiful I came off. And literally just last week, someone was telling me the opposite. And what I'm saying is that it's a choice. We can always choose to level up by the way we present ourselves, by the way we act, dress, by the words we choose to use, by the way we choose to speak, by how we travel and navigate through the world. It is an energy that you can manifest yourself. There is no reason why you have to be in the same position you were in yesterday. I don't care if it's a Tuesday night. If you want to change something, Wednesday morning, it can be changed. It can be changed before the night that you go to sleep. The moment you think about it, the moment you say no way and you stick to your guns, you can get a lot accomplished. And so I feel like leveling up is just something that has to be done alone, because only you know how far you want to take your success, and only you can be responsible for being successful and making your life what it is. You can't look around and say, oh, well, you deterred me or you stopped me. Like, the problem with this Dusty that I kicked to the curb the other night was his biggest problem is that he's always blaming someone else while people have moved on in their lives. I mean, this is a man who literally, he is dusty, guys. I mean, I have no business dealing with him. I don't even know how we got involved. Like, we got involved because he helped build a studio and I paid him for this job. He was a contractor. Like, he was someone I hired. And that's another thing. You never date someone you hire, guys. You never date someone you hire, because they always think that you're in a position to help them. He can never help me. He always sees me as a boss over him. He's a beta. He's not an alpha. So at the end of the day, there is no helping a man like that. There's no helping a man who sees himself as a beta. He'll never be an alpha. I met an alpha on the train the other day. He approached me. So that's what it is. I mean, and that's another thing, like, I have to level up off the train. Like, I haven't been on the train in so long, and so I try to stay where I'm at so I don't have to move around a lot, because I happen to live, in a pretty popping area, so I don't really have to do too much leaving this area. But when I need to go and see my family and stuff, I don't have a car right now. This man doesn't even have a car where he could drive me up to my mother's house for the holidays. Like, this man is a complete waste of my time and energy. And so rather than being upset and angry, I just decided to do exactly what my wonderful girl Shira said, and exactly what Michaela said, and kick him to the curb now and run fast and don't even look back. I mean, I haven't called him. I literally kicked him out a couple days ago. I had him come over maybe 2 nights ago to have dinner. And it was just, the energy was so nasty that I had to let him know, like, your energy is just, I almost didn't even want to hang out with you tonight. Sometimes I just have him for entertainment. You keep Dusties around for entertainment when I'm bored. But now that I'm busy leveling up and doing what I have to do, and let me tell you about level up. You can level up in 5 minutes. I literally called a lady back 2 weeks ago and said, you know what? I know I told you I didn't want to join your real estate firm, but I want to join because I think I'd be great for it. I called her up this morning after I watched the video that Shira put up about manifestation. I called her up, presented myself, and reminded her of who I was. I went and saw her today, and I literally got that position. I start tomorrow. I literally start this real estate position tomorrow. My license is active. I go at this place. Look, I don't need this guy. Never did. What I wanted was to be feminine and give him an opportunity to step into his masculine role. And he just does not want to be in a masculine role. And one thing about Dusties is that they don't want to be masculine. They prefer to be in the feminine role because it means they'll be taken care of. We're not taking care of men going into 2020. You're done. Any man that I've ever done anything for as a Barbie builder, just know you're done. A lot of men have gotten the best of me because I've tried my best to, I don't want to be like, in my community, I don't want to be the girl that they're like, she doesn't like Black men and she doesn't help. No, I love Black men. I just don't like broke men. And that's the problem I had. Almost all Black men around me are broke. And the ones that aren't around me, for example, I have a good friend of mine. He's maybe about 10 years my senior. I'm 33. So he must be about 43. Actually, he's actually damn near 50. Now, this guy's been married before. He's from Grenada. The thing with him that I've realized is that all he thinks about is sex. And the problem with him is that the reason why he thinks about sex so much is because he's not attractive. Like, he's not as handsome as his brother. His brother's way more handsome and has a better body. His brother's way more intelligent as well. He's cool, but he's really not a person who is sexy like that. So he wants so bad to conquer a woman's body. And all I see around him are like a bunch of women who are just desperate. Like, I don't know, a bunch of desperate women who want so badly to be loved. Like, they must be in their late 30s thinking, like, I need to have a baby. Because this Dusty was complaining about women in their 30s, mid to late 30s, that age group, about how they all bother him. No, they bother you because you are the type of man who, now that you're divorced, you just want to run through women like you're in your early 20s. Honey, it doesn't work like that. You need to do a little bit better. And yeah, you have a condo, but you bought it in this neighborhood 10 years ago. And this neighborhood was garbage 10 years ago. It was shit. Anyone could have bought a condo 10 years ago if they had any kind of money. So that proves nothing. Like, this guy, like, I wish that women would stop fucking with this guy so he would understand where he really sat in life. Like, he's not even important. He just creates an illusion about himself. And women that fuck with him are so used to fucking with Dusties. And let me just change my language too. Women that mess with this man that I'm talking about are so used to dealing with men that don't have anything, that when they meet a man who has a nice smile, because he has a nice smile, and a nice demeanor, he has a nice demeanor, makes some money, he probably makes, I don't think he's even making six figures, which means I make more than him when I go to work, because I make six figures when I do work. But I don't like to work anymore, not too hard. He's not even really touching six figures. He's probably making like 95 or 90. Sad. He has a condo. He thinks he's somebody, but the real reality is he is a person who is taking advantage of women who don't know better. And this is the reason why there are women like Michaela and Sheer out here, so you can peep game and see what time it is. This man wants me so badly. I'll never, ever deal with him. Ever. I slept with him one time because he was at a Smooth magazine casting that I went to. And I thought that maybe, just maybe, he could get me in the door for something. Turns out his brother was the main one. Anyway, his brother helped me out anyway. So I feel like it's, and once I, oh God, and when I tell you the sex was so, sex is not important. He was sweating all over me. So you mean to say a woman has to want to have sex with you all day and has to want to please you all day? Why? Because you have a basic condo. You barely have any money to give. And you don't have anything really. You just have your dick. And women don't need dick. What we need is money and resources. Level up on your own. I literally feel so bad for any woman who is trying to level up who meets this man, because he's a Dusty hiding in a, middle-class man's body or middle-class man's lifestyle. He's a middle-class man that still behaves like a Dusty, because really a middle-class man, and we're not looking for middle-class men because I'm middle-class. Middle-class man can literally, he's one paycheck away from being a Dusty. A middle-class man who is making low six figures is one paycheck away from being a Dusty. He could lose his job tomorrow and he'd be asking you to help him out with rent. We don't want those types of men going into 2020. We want men who are survivors, but thrivers. We want men who have real bank accounts. We want men who are really doing things in life, not men who are pretending to do things in life because they recognize like they've got nothing going for themselves. So the level up game has to be kept a secret. If you're a woman, you know what I mean. If you're a woman who's leveled up before, you know what I mean. And if you're like me, a woman who's leveled up but regressed and now trying to level up for a second time, trust me, if you've done it once, you can do it again. I will pull something before the end of the year and have money in my bank account. And that makes a Dusty threatened. That makes a Dusty want to spend every day with you. I mean, literally, this man, Thanksgiving week, the whole week here. I mean, I know I'm not working, but go to work. I don't necessarily want you sitting around me just because I'm here sitting around. I'm sitting around because when you leave, I'm about to call some man and get to the bag. We don't have time for Dusties. We literally do not have time for Dusties. And the kind of men that will waste your time is the kind of man that will have you sitting there for 10 years hoping that he gets his passport right. Like, how are you from another place, but your passport is wrong? So literally, if anything happens, you're just a phone call away from deportation. No, ma'am. No, sir. Not for me. No, sir. You're not for me. Sir, go your way, sir. You get out of here, sir. You're not for me. Don't even have a passport. I'm American and my passport is ready to go. Ready to go. And your shit is just somewhere sitting in some consulate two babies, mothers, 3 children, and nothing. I'm a fool for fucking with you. So trust me, you got me. Now you out. I kicked him to the curb so quickly the other night, and I dropped a comment underneath Michaela Pink's live video, letting her know I kicked that man to the curb. So Michaela, if you saw Jack Mano Productions, just know I kicked him to the curb, and he's done. I'll be getting my jacket back on Friday, but if he can't give it back to me, let the Dusty have it. I've got about 4 or 5 more. I've got more jackets than him. Man doesn't even have any clothes. This is a man who is struggling so hard, but wants a woman like me. I'm out of your league. Another thing about leveling up, ladies, is knowing what league you're in. Ladies, that's my natural body, and that's not anything. I work out. I take good care of myself. But ladies, I am out of his league. Like, my wig is on tilts. I'm not even... my shit, because this is all I got right now, a bunch of yummy extensions, which are at the top of the top extensions, guys. But literally, I am out of his league. I'm standing in a place where I paid him to build a wall. I am out of his league, and he knows it. And so, to be honest with you, let him go. Let that man go. I remember seeing something on Instagram last year, which was like a picture of a mango, and it was like... if he doesn't satisfy you or something, he doesn't make you happy, let that man go. And I thought it was so cute. Like, especially if you're West Indian and you know, like, mangoes is the bomb. But if you saw that shit, I gotta find that shit and put it and add it somewhere. But let that man go. Let him go now. Let him go yesterday. Let him go on the phone. You don't even have to see him. Let him keep whatever he has. He's a loser. Leveling up is something you have to do on your own. You cannot be surrounded by all your women friends, and you have to do this on your own. You can't be surrounded by Dusty's energy. You can't be surrounded by a bunch of little girls who still worry about, like, I went to my friend's, her daughter had a hookah party, and literally this girl, I mean, God, she clung to me, and I guess she clung to me because I seemed inviting. Because I always want to look like I'm inviting to other women, because you don't want to look catty towards other women. You don't know what men are observing you, and you don't want a man seeing you act catty towards other women, especially when you're beautiful. Because the first thing he's going to think is that you have jealousy in you, and bad bitches can't be jealous. So I always invite, women, even when I know they are 5 steps down from me in all ways, I always talk to them and try to be nice to them. So I'm talking to her, having my drink. And the first thing she does is look at a girl behind me and starts talking about, why is this girl looking at me? I don't know why she's staring at me, etc. I mean, hold your brakes, girl. You're not even Black. So chill out with all the ghetto antics. Number 2, the girl you're looking at that's staring at you, I went to college with her. Calm down. Her name is Carlette. And she doesn't give a damn about you. Just like you don't give a damn about yourself looking like a clown out here. We don't do things like that. And you know what else we don't do? We don't jump. Another thing is, later on in the party, she hits me on the shoulder and says, oh, I think I'm gonna go talk to that guy because he keeps staring at that girl and she obviously doesn't want to talk to him. And I stopped her and I said, honey, no, we don't do that. We don't run behind other women trying to solve their problems. We are leveling up, so we don't run behind other women trying to play hero. There is a man out here who will help her if that man jumps in her face. There's several alpha males in this crowd that I can see and know that if that man jumps in her face, he'll jump up and stop him. It's not your job, honey. You know why she felt it was her job? Because she was sloppy, had no makeup on, overweight. I mean, the only thing she probably thinks she has going for her is the fact that she's light-skinned, but that doesn't really mean shit to me. I mean, the girl is trash. She's a sweetheart, but she's trash. She can't never do what you and I can do. She can't level up. So at the end of the day, leave her where she's at. I had to leave her where she's at. When I saw my ride outside, I had to run and dip dash out of there and get the fuck away from her, because she was about to have other people thinking I was ghetto princess just like her. Stay in your lane, honey, and don't talk to me next time you see me. Me and you... God, you will have these men out here thinking that I'm a low-level bitch like you. So women, we have to level up, but we have to keep the right circles of women around us. If you can't get a good circle of women around you because people are busy and women are busy and the baddest women are just busy, the wonderful women that you want in your circle are busy. If you can't keep those kind of women around you, then you know what you do? When you want to level up, you go out with your guy friends who are well-esteemed, like the ones that maybe you don't mess with them anymore, or you fuck with them in college, or they're just people that have always adored you, but they know that you're just strictly friends. You go out with them. Some of them go to some of the some of the best places where I've been able to meet guys that have good money is when I go out with my other guy friends. They go to these great bars that I would never think to go to. And there goes the banker right there, kicking back and having a beer. And I'm like one of the sexiest women in there because nobody ever thought to go. And you just have to know where to go. And another thing is, I'll be doing a lot of hotel bars because, you know, I'm an SPG girl. So if you know what that is, then I stays where I stay. Because why are we entertaining men who can't do a damn thing for us? Literally. Like, it's like garbage. It's complete garbage. Who brings garbage from the street into their house? That's literally what a dusty is. So level up, guys. Level up on your own. You can do it. You don't need anyone's support. You are strong. Learn how to manifest. Go see some other women's videos about manifesting energy and, like, really for real. Do that. All right. And get away from these men who will have you out here begging for change with them, picking up cans with them, sweeping floors with them. That's not your man. You can never level up next to him. All right. Love you guys. Mwah.